So you got multiple offers now, different types of mortgages, conventional versus FHA.
Right.
You know, basically, conventional is easiest on the seller. FHA could potentially cause more headaches for the seller, maybe.
But
Little
the
headaches.
type of mortgage is not really up to the seller, correct?
No,
It's up
but
to,
they have 10 to choose from.
they have 10 to choose from.
So you want to have the one they want to pick.
Right.
You want to have the kind of mortgage that they want to pick. Which, if you're going to get a mortgage approved or picked, so to speak, in this market, chances are you're going to have to get yourself a conventional approval, which means you're going to have to make 5% down.
5%.
5% down.
Instead of 10.
Instead of 3.5%. So the 10% number was your first year taxes are included in
Yep.
that. And all of the other closing costs. But the down payment is also in that number, that closing cost. So you got your first year taxes and your down payment. That makes up a big chunk of that closing cost.
Okay.
You know, you got to pay for your appraisal, you know, things like that. That's all in there.
What's the difference between conventional and FHA?
Really, to the seller, it's just a different type of appraisal. FHA appraisals tend to call out a few more minute things like peeling paint. They could call out, you know, just more things than a conventional mortgage appraiser would want to call out. You know, honestly, I'll tell you, the worst one is VA. Veterans get really fucked over when it comes to buying a house.
That's very sad.
No, it sucks because
That's horrible.
No, they get fucked over because they get a VA mortgage, which to the veteran they say, okay, well, we're going to give you this nice mortgage. You don't have to pay any money out of your pocket to get this mortgage, which is
Not necessarily true.
it could be true. Let's say you're a veteran. We're having the same conversation. Veteran wants to buy a house. All right, well, Mr. Seller, I have 10 offers for you. Now, you know how I told you conventional mortgage is pretty easy on the seller. FHA is a little harder on the seller. VA is the hardest.
Yeah, they're not even probably looking at that.
It's great for the buyer, but you have to get that veteran a house. And the VA won't let them buy a house that needs work.
At all.
Not much, a little bit, but not major work.
Really?
And a lot of these veterans want to buy houses that need major work because they know how to do it and whatever.
Right.
But the thing is, the VA is the most difficult appraisal on the seller. So the seller is hesitant a lot of times to take a VA offer because they're getting advice from their realtor that could potentially whack them.
Right.
Now, veterans also get told that they can buy a home without taking any money out of their pocket, which is true. But that means that they got to buy it with a seller concession in a competitive market where we're already afraid of the appraisal. So the appraisal, let's say the house is $200,000, but he's got to go $20,000 over to get the house, so now he's got to go $220,000. But he wants to take that 20 grand I was telling you about, those closing costs. He wants to not have those. Well, the VA doesn't just pay them. They just allow you to finance it into your mortgage. So now the $220,000 becomes $240,000. So now we're financing $240,000 because the 20 grand in closing costs are now financed.
Just added.
And the 20 over asking he had to pay. So what happens is the seller, the seller's risk is that house now has to appraise for $240,000.